Welcome to another episode of 7 Questions. This episode is all about living simply and minimally. So I asked you guys for your questions on Instagram. You guys gave me a ton of awesome questions. So I'm going to break this up into a couple of episodes, probably 2 episodes, because I got, it might be like 3 episodes, because I got like 26 questions that were really good from you guys. But today I'm just going to answer 7 of them. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram, go give me a follow if you'd like, and you can ask questions for future 7 questions. Easily the most asked question from you guys was about gift giving. How do you handle gifts from people? How do you set respectful boundaries with friends and family who enjoy giving gifts that turn into clutter? How will you approach holidays, birthdays, and gift giving? So for me, my thought is with a gift is that once someone gives you a gift, it's yours. So you can do with it what you'd like to do with it, whether that is to keep it, pass it along to somebody else who'd like to use it or needs it, or donate it. My thought is that is your choice. But I have found now kind of trying to live more minimally and simply over the last couple of years, a lot of my friends and family that are close to me have definitely picked up on that and are very mindful with what they give me or don't give me. And oftentimes they'll just ask, what do you need? And if there's actually physical things that I need, I'll offer that up as an idea. Otherwise, I try to suggest maybe things to do with people, like going out to dinner or grabbing a glass of wine at a cool restaurant that I really want to go to, or going to a play or something like that that offers up an experience instead of a physical gift is a great option. Otherwise, I feel like if anybody who is like in the simple, minimal, like whatever it is, and you don't know what to get them, think of consumables are such a great gift for people. Like coffee and maybe chocolates or something that can be actually used or they would actually consume. So I find that a really great option for, a gift idea or whatever it is. If you want, like, if let's say somebody in your family like really wants to give you a physical gift, I'll often offer up like a consumable commodity type of thing, or plants. I love plants. I can't have enough plants in my life. Now, I think that my friends and family around me have, like I said, picked up a lot on my lifestyle, so that really helps if you're new to the minimalism journey, is to like live and represent how you want your life to be through your actions and what you have. And I think people will pick up on that. And then also, don't be afraid to just tell the people that are close to you that you don't want stuff this year and you would like something else. If they haven't asked you, offer up like an option or an opportunity for them or something like that, versus staying silent because people can't read your mind and maybe they don't know that you're going through a like simple living minimalism journey. And just be open and honest with the people that are close to you in your life. I think Harriet just woke up. Hold on. Great. I got a little squirm to help us with the rest of the video. Do you want to help Mom film the rest of the video? Maybe? We will see. We will see. Alright, question number 2. What are the first steps towards achieving minimalism? Is it a mental attitude or actions? I definitely think the first step is a mental step, because you want to have a purpose, or there's usually like a drive for why you want to minimize your life. Maybe it's finances, or it's like the mental clutter that physical clutter creates, or you just want to own fewer things because you want to be more mobile in life or something like that. So I think that it definitely starts with a mental action, or like actionable in your mind, and a drive and purpose behind minimizing your life. And then that is quickly followed up by an action, which is going to be that first initial like declutter and purge that you do in your journey towards minimalism. And for me, that probably started like 3 years ago. And I feel like minimalism, it's not a destination that you get to. It's a process and it's a journey, and it's something that you're gonna work on for the rest of your life, because consumerism is all around you. And to me, minimalism is a muscle that you have to strengthen over time, and it'll get easier and easier the more reps you do and the more time that goes by. But you just have to be consistent with it and keep doing it, because I feel like there's definitely like minimalism setbacks, in the sense that maybe you initially declutter and then you find like 6 months later, a year later, like you feel like you have just the same amount of stuff. And figuring out why that is, I think, is important, and will help you to continue to be living a minimalist lifestyle when you kind of develop that muscle. That makes sense? You're a little distracting for mom dance questions today. Question number 3. What do you do with all the stuff you don't want or need when initially decluttering or organizing? If you ever feel like you need to reorganize your life or like you need to reorganize your stuff, that is not the answer. Don't buy organizers. Always get rid of things. But for me, when I declutter, I just got rid of a bunch of stuff. Like I brought bags of things to the Goodwill. And then if there were a few things that I knew, say my sister like borrowed a purse often and I knew that she really liked this purse and I was getting rid of it, I would like snap a photo and offer it up to her to see if she would like it. And then things that were maybe big ticket items that I wanted to sell versus just straight up donate, maybe furniture or whatever it is, I'll put on like Nextdoor or Craigslist or whatever platform I choose. And I try to give myself like a window of time, because it's amazing how stuff collects more stuff, and if you leave a pile of stuff that needs to be sold or something for too long, I feel like it just like collects more stuff around it. I don't know how or why that is, but I try to just give myself like maybe a few days or a week, and if it hasn't sold by then it's just gotta go. It's gotta go. I also try not to get caught up in like the initial value of something, because that can be kind of a hurdle to getting rid of something, especially when you're selling it. Maybe you bought a TV for a couple $100, like I don't know, $500, and now you're selling it for $50, and you're like, God, I'm really like losing out on money. But just remember that that physical thing is taking up, like, it's another thing you have to be a keeper of. And don't get caught up in the initial cost that you paid for like something retail, because it's not worth that anymore. And be happy to get the small amount of money you will for it if you sell it, and if you don't, donate it. What do you think about that? 4. What was the catalyst for starting toward minimalism? For me, it was moving. Before we lived in this house, and before you, Joel and I lived in a duplex, kind of in similar neighborhood, and I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of home decor. I had a lot of clothes. I just had a lot of stuff. I was really bad at buying stuff because it was a good deal. I also would buy things and keep them for just in case or whatever it is. I don't do that as much anymore. And so moving for me was definitely the catalyst for starting to live more simple and minimally, because we got to this house and our old house had like a bunch of built-ins, and I'd buy all this like decor stuff, and I realized I had a ton of stuff just for appearances, and I didn't have places to display my stuff anymore for people. So I got rid of it, and I was like, why do I have all this stuff? And it just kind of was like this light bulb moment of, holy crap, I got a lot of stuff. So for me, it was definitely moving was a catalyst for starting towards this journey. And then another thing was I started a capsule wardrobe, and that really makes you very mindful of the things that you consume, and then that kind of is a trickle-down effect into the rest of your life and stuff around you. Yeah. Number 5. What's your favorite simple living hack? For me, I try to do a 24-hour rule or 48-hour rule where if I see something, like let's say I'm on Instagram and I'm like, oh, that's cute, I want that, I click, I look at it, I add it to a shopping cart because I'm human and that happens. And then I will abandon shopping cart for at least 24 hours. And it is crazy how often I have completely forgotten what I thought in my mind that I had to have because this person on Instagram had it, it's so cute and whatever. So 24-hour rule, great thing to live by. When I'm out like at a thrift store or something like that, I try to only ever buy something I actually need. Like I try to go in with a list of things that I actually need to find, and I am happy leaving without fulfilling my list because I try not to buy things that are just like close enough. I really do try and wait it out, especially for clothes and stuff that is exactly what I need. So that really helps. I also ask myself at a thrift store, would I pay full price for this? And that oftentimes I'm like, no. I'm like, why would I pay full price for this? No. And that helps me really weed out things just because it's a good deal. And then my last hack is the 20-20 rule, I think they call it. So if I can replace an item for $20 or less in 20 minutes or less, I will get rid of it. This is like life-changing for me with craft stuff. I love to like make crafts and hobbies and things like that. But when I am done making whatever it is and I have things left over, I don't keep them. I donate them because it oftentimes will take me 20 minutes and $20 or less to replace said craft item. So that helps me. Hey, big squirm! What question are we on now? Question number 6. How do you decide what to keep and how to store sentimental items? This is hard. I still own my wedding dress because I don't want to get rid of it, and I think that that's okay. I may not look like or sound like the stereotypical almost sterile minimalist, and that's totally fine. To me, minimalism is making it what you need in your life. So maybe simple living is a better way to approach it because people can get weird about minimalism and being like, you're not a real minimalist, you still have plants or something like that. But to me, I do keep a few sentimental items. Like my wedding dress, it's in a box in our basement because honestly, I want to keep it. And that's okay with me, but I don't really keep a ton of sentimental items. For me, I'll take a photo of it or a video of it if it's something that I want to remember, but I like don't physically need the item. I really try not to attach memories to things, that even though I get rid of the thing, I don't lose the memory or maybe lose the person that that item belonged to. They'll always be there in my mind and heart, and that a thing shouldn't be so tied to something that is a memory, or I don't know. I try not to almost develop sentimental things, which sounds a little bit pessimistic in a way, but to me, you know, like things can't love you back. You know what I mean? Like they can't love you back, so why put so much of your sentimental emotions into them? And then for things that like are sentimental that I want to keep, like I said, I mean, my wedding dress is in a plastic bin in our basement, and that's okay with me. But other things I will try to, you know, like if there's something that I want to keep and it's something that could be like framed cool, I will do that and frame it. Or I try to use the actual things in my life that are quote unquote special or special occasion. I try not to have any of that stuff, and instead I use them. And if I have stuff that's like for a special occasion, I just don't keep it. I like to have the stuff that, even if it's sentimental and it might break, I still use it in my life. Oh, King Kong Harriet! Ah, we got one more question. One more. Okay, Question number 7. Ooh, this is all about you. Listen up. How minimalist do you plan to go for baby items / toys? Close your ears, Harriet. As minimal as I can. Honestly, she gets bored with her toys and things, and often, like lately, her favorite things to play with are the remote, and she's obsessed with LaCroix cans. You're just like the most millennial baby ever, I guess. But I try to not buy a lot of clothes for her. I feel like she has a lot of clothes. People gift a lot of clothes, and when I no longer need them, I'll donate the ones that I don't want to keep, but a lot of the stuff is pretty gender neutral, so I plan on keeping a handful of baby clothes just because we plan on having more babies. But like for my baby registry, I tried to keep it like literally as minimal as I could, and it's hard. There's so much baby stuff. You're like, well, do I need that? Like, these people on other YouTube videos talked about how it was like essential for them, but I tried to find just a few very universal things that were like storable and collapsible, which was something that I wanted because I just wanted to get a few really good things that I could use through the next number of babies that we have. I don't know how many kids we'll have, maybe 2, 3 or whatever, and then donate them to somebody else when it comes time. So my goal is to keep it pretty minimal. Honestly, they say with toys for kids that the more toys they have, it's actually like almost harder for them to play. So kind of taking like the Montessori like mentality when it comes to toys and having things that are like open-ended play and don't have only one purpose in use is something that I plan on kind of adopting. So yeah, I try not to buy her clothes too far in advance. So sometimes she's a little too cold or a little too hot when the seasons change, but then we just go get what we need. Because for me, like, she grows so quick and we have 4 full seasons here that I try not to go too crazy on clothes like too far out. I will literally buy the size that she's in, and if I know, like, if we're not at like a close to a season turning, the next size up, if that makes sense. But I don't buy anything past that. Even if it's super cute and I want it for her for next summer, I don't really know what size she'll be and if I'll need it or whatever. So I try to buy for right here, right now, what little size you are, which is what I found very helpful to like kind of keep her stuff to a minimum. Another thing with her and her clothes is I like to organize them really well in her drawers, which some people might think I'm crazy, but I like fold them all nice so that I can see everything, because if I can see everything, I can like visualize if I'm ever out, and I can remember what I have. When you have fewer things, you're able to remember I think like everything that you have, and so it makes it easier to not purchase duplicates or more than you need or whatever it is. Those were our part 1 of our 7 question series about simple living and minimalism. Thank you so much for watching and being patient with my squirmy baby. And hopefully my answers make sense when I go to edit this back, because you're so cute and distracting sometimes. Her new favorite thing, eating her feet. Eat your feet, Harriet. Show them how flexible you are. Get it? What do you see up there? That's just the ceiling. Yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. And look out for the next episode of 7 questions that continues on with my simple living and minimalism series. So get your belly. Hey, turkey. Oh, you